JBL Bar 500, let's go.
Day banter, coming at you with a tech review about the products that appeal to you. Ain't no capping with the blue cap, he just spitting the truth.
The JBL Bar 500, you're probably wondering, well, where's it at? We're gonna start with the subwoofer. JBL took a bold step here. This is a down-firing subwoofer. Now, what does that mean? Well, it's a 10-inch woofer. The power it outputs is 300 watts, but back to the down firing. So when it fires, it shoots in this close proximity right here, down to the floor, and then it crawls out. All right, here's an example for you. Right here, I have another subwoofer. Now this one's a lot more common. It's the one you normally see, right? There's a reason why most manufacturers use this particular subwoofer. This is a front firing subwoofer. Front firing, meaning once it fires, it hits your ears first. This hits the floor first. Also, try to keep this on a hard surface, kind of like my desk here. Anything you put underneath it, whether you sit on carpet, whatever it is going to affect how it sounds. Just remember that when you're out there looking at these sound bars. All right, now let's take a look at the sound bar. Build quality, it is plastic, okay? But it still feels pretty good. I mean, it's gonna leave some fingerprints for sure. 4K pass-through on the input. Not only does this have EARC, but this has the newer version of EARC, which is the EARC. You can play music with your USB, hooking it up to this soundbar, which is cool. I like this engraved into the frame here. I like this little indentation. We got the grill coming all the way around. Nice touch. I've always been a fan of that kind of stuff. On the bottom here, we have rubber feet or shoes, if you want to call it that. This way it doesn't slide around if you sit on a flat surface like this. Now this soundbar has 3 tweeters, 2 here, 1 in the middle, and then in the middle, there are 4 drivers for the soundbar. Upon opening this and plugging it in, do yourself a favor, plug in the Ethernet cord. It's just the easiest way to get it updated. It's gonna do it automatically. With the remote, these are gonna be your sources, your effects, on this side, your volume, and we can just call these like your music buttons here. This soundbar does have HDMI CEC. Basically, if you don't know what that is, you can control it via HDMI with your TV remote. These 2 microphones right here, they're only for audio calibration. The Dolby Atmos for this soundbar is actually done virtually, so there are no up-firing drivers, so therefore it's more of an illusion, if you want to call it that. The JBL One app is a great app. I used it to pair it to this with my phone, played music, everything sounded great. The problem is if you set the EQ and turn off the soundbar, it won't save that EQ. And there's also no presets that you can save. But you'll have access to a digital remote, and then there's apps in there that you can access your apps like Amazon Music or anything you have set up. Spotify, you'll be able to access it through that app. There is no DTS support. Voice control. This soundbar is able to work with Alexa, Google, pretty much whatever you use, but the problem is that stuff is not built into the soundbar. You're gonna have to use an external device for voice control. All right, final thoughts on the JBL Bar 500, 5.1 channel, multi-beam, Dolby Atmos. For $500, what do you get? Is it worth it? Well, it depends on a few things. I thought this sounded great when it came to listening to music. Movies, not so much, because I felt like the clarity just wasn't there. The Samsung B650, it was a lot more clear when it came to that aspect. The bass on here, it does sound good, but like I said, I enjoyed it mainly for music. Overall, I feel like for what you get, if you're not looking for a sub, you could easily just get the Bar 300. It's pretty much the exact same bar. The input buttons on the top here, I'm not a big fan of the any button turns it on. The inputs on the back are easy to get to, so I enjoyed that. The remote is fairly simple, and then with the JBL One app, things all coming together. So overall, I feel like it's a decent soundbar for probably a smaller room with a lower ceiling because it's not exactly real Dolby Atmos. But again, fam, I appreciate y'all's time. Of course, you know I'm gonna do more videos like this. If you found anything in this video helpful, smash that like button. Also, consider subscribing to the channel. Until next time, fam, I'm Dave Banter, and we are out.